About the lagging effect on the Fibonacci part of the indicator, right? So here we can see that we have from bottom to top, right? Right here, 1, 2, right? And then if we look from here to here, right, we have a really strong bounce from the golden pocket, right? And since that it's bouncing, we can determine that this would be probably the new bottom, right? So if we go down through the time frames, we tried to find if it's repainting from the new bottom or from the new top to bottom, which should be from here to right here. All right. So we don't see that on the lower time frames, and I can keep scrolling through and we're not going to find it. So let's try the higher time frames. So we were on the daily is where we started at. And we don't see it repaint. Let's go to the 2-day. We don't see it repainting yet. We don't see it. There we go. Now we kind of see a repaint from here to here. So the bottom is found on the 3-day in the sequence. The lower time frames I haven't repainted yet, but this has repainted according to the 3-day, which would have been initially from here to here to here, and then from here to here, and then from here to here. So this one's keeping up a little bit differently in the sequence, and that's why I like to keep the different time frames. And here we can see on Bitcoin that we're coming down bullish on the 9 days, so that means on the weekly that we should be pulling a reversal, and the whole sequence will move from bottom to top, from this being the next bottom, and a bunch of tops will be painted, will be on the lower time frames and everything. And it'll take longer for the 1 week, it'll take longer for the 2 week to repaint, and it determines differently on how it repaints on different time frames from the bottoms to tops. So it just depends. If that makes any sense. You just got to make sense of it. It paints automatically. Here we can see that it has moved to the next top to bottom, but if we go in the lower time frames, it doesn't. If that makes any sense, just keep scrolling through different time frames, and if you notice a pattern playing out, like on the daily, you can see that it went basically bottom, and then it started rounding, and then we see a bottom or a cup. And if we go to the 3 days, we can clearly see that this is being painted at the bottom. So the next so we've got a bottom, right, and then one right here. So the staircase is being painted like this. And then our next area of support we would be looking for would be, right through here. And then it continues. So forth and so on. And so on the lower time frames, if we go back to the daily, right, we can start kind of averaging it out. So we will come back and retest. Stop fucking doing random shit. Okay, so we should come back down and retest either 63 or about 63. Just slightly around 63. But more than likely today we should see a push all the way up to 68. It's going to be a pretty big move. It just depends.